Hey, dudes. Hey, Dirk Lover. Hemlo to you, too. Hope you're doing good, dude. So I was not around Friday because we had a bit. I had a power supply failure on Thursday night. I was playing Baldur's Gate 3 and just like all my USB ports except one stopped working. It was pretty sweet. But I had suspected that was the problem, so I had a replacement power supply ready to go. And swapped it out, and now everything works. So that seems like that was the problem. If something goes catastrophically wrong today, or if I forgot something, you know, it's probably because I had to like rip my PC out, fix some shit, put it back. I don't know. Does my PC have a heart stroke? What does that mean? Like a heartbeat? Like your heart beats if you're alive? Or did you mean to say heat stroke? Like, did my PC have heat stroke? Like I was using it too much and it got hot and then it couldn't perform? You know, that actually might be close to what happened. I have no idea how exactly power supplies fail, but like a power supply stroke. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was like death. Like it just died. It was finally time for it to go. Powers everything like a heart. Okay, yeah, good point. Okay. I did okay, I kind of got what you were saying anyway. It was quite an old power supply. It was like at least 10 years old. And they last 7 to 10 years. So, it was not surprising that it slowly gave up. What sucks is it's like only one part of it that doesn't work. Every other part of it works. Just the part that provides power to the motherboard, which then provides power to USB ports, which is a very important part, but it sucks to throw away something where like 90% of it works fine. It's brutal. But you know, I got a replacement on sale, got it ahead of time. It was here. I was just like lagging on replacing it. Cause like who wants to unplug everything from their computer, take their computer, put it on a fucking operating table, open it up, kajigger around inside, remove things, add things. It can only hurt. Ooh, unless you're doing a cool upgrade, but I was not doing an upgrade. This was purely replacement. Actually, I guess technically the power supply I got is more efficient and slightly larger, so it was technically an upgrade, but like it's not gonna make a difference to me. Not like I'm putting in a sweet new graphics card or something. But anyway, so today, real quick, I fixed, last week we did movement. We're trying to do Pokemon movement, and we kind of have it. Does this look terrible if I maximize it? It looks okay. So look, we can change direction, and we can walk. And then I've been messing around with the camera. The camera kind of just lazily follows you. Although I think we need to zoom the camera out a little more. And I definitely want to give the player the ability to zoom the camera in or out, depending on what they're doing. Like maybe they want to zoom in to look at something because they need information to solve a puzzle. Maybe they want to zoom out to see more because they need information to solve a puzzle, or they're just trying to figure out where the hell they're going, or see like they see an item and they want to know what path they need to take to get to that item. So we still need to do strafing. I definitely want to be able to shoot something like a bow, like some kind of like gun or projectile thing for the purpose of puzzles. And maybe for starting combat. I really like in Sea of Stars, you can throw this little grapple hook thing and like smack an enemy to get like it's not like a free turn, but if an enemy surprises you, they get to go first. So I guess it is sort of like you get a free turn compared to being surprised. And then also running. And one of the first tools that I want to give the player to solve puzzles and stuff, but also to move faster, is like a running boots, like electrical element running boots that can like affect circuits. If you like run by a piece of tile, a piece of the map that has like a circuit below it, you can like change the phase of the electricity in it to like change, I don't know, to solve puzzles, to like unlock a door, like you need to get electricity to it, so you have to like change how circuits are moving power. It makes sense in my head. but I've only taken 2 electrical engineering classes, so I don't know the real words for it. Oh, and then we still have a collision problem, but we're gonna solve that. So look, collision works for a second until the game gets annoyed and thinks I've pushed in the direction enough to move to the tile after the rock, and then it just boops me over to it. Ooh, what about the signs? Ooh, weird. It can be like stuck on top of the signs. Okay, so yeah, we definitely need to we gotta do more work, but we have movement. But then I was moving around the map and I was like, well, I want to start thinking about like the map. Like I just made this little random thing. Oh, one moment, cat's freaking out. Mojito, ma'am, I'm right here. We're in here. We're hanging out in here, girl. Come here. Hey, hi. Are you okay? Oh my gosh. Just Mojito doing Mojito things. Okay, so I want to actually design the design the map. I want to think about like what does the environment look like for the starting area? I think the starting area is going to be like maybe not an island, but some kind of little secluded area. I want most of the game to feel like open world to an extent. Where the hell is paint? I don't have paint on my taskbar. It's in my start menu shortcuts. All right, there we go. Okay, so at first I was thinking like just have the starting area be an island, but yeah. So essentially, Dirk Lover, I want it to be like there's the mainland, and then there are some cliffs right here, like some steep mountains, and then like down here is the starting area. And maybe you go up a little bit on the mountains, but you can't until you do some things. You can't like either go through the mountains to the new area, or maybe you get on a boat and you leave. Something like that. And then I want to try to figure out like how many biomes can I fit into this starting area. Don't want to do too many, but a mountain village. I definitely want a mountain village somewhere, but I think the starting area that I want is going to be like an abandoned laboratory. I need to come up with some version of like a company that's like the Silph Co. in Pokemon, but maybe a little bit more like Acme from Looney Tunes, where like they make cutting edge science stuff, but maybe they're a little bit irresponsible about it, and that caused some problems. So I want the opening area to be like a secluded lab, a secluded, destroyed, abandoned. There we go. A secluded, abandoned lab. And then let's just do that. And so then like we're gonna have yeah, let me actually label these. We're gonna have mountains. We're gonna have water. We're gonna have like we're gonna have a lab area, and then we're gonna have like an outside area. And actually, you know what? We might have room for a mountain village. Like I want the lab to be abandoned. Like there was cool cutting edge stuff going on, and then some catastrophes happened. You know, a little bit not original, but some tropes are tropes for a reason, because they're fun. I want the player to be like, you know, in an area where they're like, oh, some shit went down here a long time ago. Why am I here? Why am I still here? There were lots of people here at one point, and now I'm here for some reason. Why wasn't I woken up when everybody else left? Or why did everybody leave without me? That kind of thing. So we're just gonna call this upper area rest of the game map. And you know what? Now that I've done all this, I feel like maybe I should have put things in brackets. Okay. No, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that so it makes more sense. Okay, so where are the brackets? There's, oh, yeah, that's a bracket, not a brace. No. Okay, so we'll have the rest of the map. We'll have mountains, the lab. We'll have an outside area. And then, of course, we have water. Where the hell is the other part of the bracket? It's like, how do I can always get the left side. Nope. It's that one. There's one space over. All right. So up here's the rest of the map. Who knows what's there? You'll get to explore that at some point. Probably after the opening area. So we're gonna have the lab here. Outside areas. It's really gonna be all around. Let's go ahead and draw the outline of the island. So I guess it'll be like this. This denotes mountains. And then, you know, the shape is not really important at the moment. Figure that out as we do the nitty-gritty, the individual areas. I would preferably like to come up with like when we come up with the biomes, then I would like to do some research as to what beaches look like in those biomes. And then we'll try to design things accordingly. But I want to start with the lab, and then the idea will be like you explore the lab, and then you can exit the lab in different directions to encounter different things. And we might have room for a mountain village, just with the idea of like everybody who works at the lab would need a place to live. So I don't know, maybe let's focus lab. Yeah, the lab will definitely be the first part. But I do want to figure out like the it's like it's all interrelated, you know? So since the lab is decaying, creatures from outside are like coming inside. So I need to kind of figure out what the creatures are going to be that are outside the lab that are kind of you'll see them, I don't know, like birds making nests inside of broken rooms that have outer walls that are broken open, or like grass is growing inside rooms that have been exposed because their outer walls are broken, and maybe you'll see some kind of cool like deer or other kinds of creatures coming in to get snacks or whatever. Or like quarters for lab staff. Well, I don't want it to be like quarters. I want it to be like nice. Like my view for this company is like they're very full of themselves. They're very like, we're so cool, we're so smart, we come up with cool future technology, but we don't like the rules. The rules are for losers who don't come up with cool stuff. So like, don't you want to like skip the rules and all the precautions and make cool stuff? Come live in our really cool like town, not just quarters. Quarters sounds so sterile, so like plain, so like utilitarian, which maybe on site you'd probably have some of that. Smile Inc. That sounds creepy. But something like that is definitely the idea that I want. I want it to be more like we make the future kind of a thing. But Smile Inc. does sound creepy, and I want it to sound creepy for sure. Fucking for sure. Another thing I need to do is get Google Drive open, just so I can need to start making a list of like all the things that I want to achieve and like their importance. So I think essentially we need to do that Moscow thing first, but I need to just get like I I want to do it for short term because it's difficult. It's difficult to figure out what the next step is because then I'll realize like, oh no, I can't do this until I do that, which is a little bit annoying. Let me enter a confirmation code right now. All right. So I'll just be making notes when I think about things. No, I don't want to do a passkey thing right now. Thank you. Can I go back to Google Drive now? Great, thanks. Okay, so we're gonna make a new fucking Google Doc. We're gonna write down things we need to do. Okay, so we need to add strafing. And we need to, actually, I guess I can, let me bring this up. Where's Firefox? Are you Firefox? You look like you're Firefox. You're Firefox. Visionaries is kind of cool. Maybe like Vision Inc. or something. Oh, but that's not Sinister. Ooh. Is it about comfort, freedom, or innovation? I feel like the second two mostly. It's mostly about freedom and innovation. Firefoxes. Oh my god. It's mostly about freedom and innovation, and it's like it's kind of like they take those things too far, you know? Like you shouldn't have freedoms that allow you to do bad things, like do experiments on people. You know, like your freedoms should be hampered, but this company is like, we're so fucking cool. Like it sucks that they don't let us do whatever we want because we would make really cool stuff if they did. But yeah, we can figure out the name in the future. Okay, so I wanted to add strafing. I need to fix collision. And then we also need to get like the opening area figured out, and that'll have a bunch of little subsections that we'll think of as we do that. Definitely need we need a tile map for the lab. That's one thing that's a little bit difficult, is looking through Pokemon stuff. There's not a lot of like futuristic lab environments, and like there's Team Rocket headquarters and also Silph Co. That's like an office building, and that's like, I think that's like the closest you get to like future lab environment. So maybe at some point we'll browse through some tile maps. I've found a few different fan-made tile maps that might have something like what we need. That would be nice because we really just need we need like visual aids to get moving. And then we definitely want to do puzzles, and even if we don't program the functionality of the puzzles, at least kind of like brainstorming them, drawing them out, putting the tile pieces into place, I think would be valuable, so that I can like kind of conceptualize how they're going to work. And the main goal is to have like the initial puzzles are like very simple, like circuit, magnetism, electricity based puzzles. Only because I like it's kind of lame to start off with the first elemental tool you get being electricity. Like I don't know, it seems very it's been done. There's a lot of electricity puzzles in games, but I feel like that's the best element for like boots that make you move fast. And like I love in newer, as Pokemon games get newer and newer, they give you the ability to run sooner and sooner by giving you it's like running shoes. I don't even know if the newer games, maybe they don't even tell you. They don't even like give you running shoes. They just let you fucking do it. But like in Fire Red, you get them after you beat Brock. A guy gives them to you, and then in shoot, dang it, there's a later game I played recently. It might have been Soul Silver. I don't know. You're going to leave like your house or something, and your mom's like, "Take fucking running shoes, bro," which is just great. So that's we're sort of, I feel constrained to to make our first puzzles like electricity based. Something like a Miro board may be useful for the prototyping on paper. Ooh, I don't know what that is. Let's check it out. Yeah, I don't know if I'm actually going to prototype on paper. It might just be like I might just draw some shit like this to figure out how the puzzles are going to work. And I'll figure out like, okay, when you do this, that opens this door. And then as we're making the tile map, like you can just walk through the door the whole time. You don't have to solve the puzzle. The puzzle doesn't even actually exist, but we'll know it will eventually, at some point, it'll exist. The visual workspace for innovation. Well, I don't want to sign up. I want to know what it looks like first. Ooh, cool. Okay. So then it's like multiple people can collaborate. Cool. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of what I guessed it would be. This would certainly be useful if we were doing a project with multiple people. And if things get complicated enough, having like a flowchart, this kind of thing, is really nice. There's there's software called ArcGIS, which is like global informational systems. I don't know if you need like, when I was studying engineering and we had to like take the rainfall in an area and then use the shape of the land for an area to determine how much like a river was going to flood. It had a bunch of cool flowchart stuff like that you could set up. Yeah, Dirk Glover, thanks for the suggestion. Let me just note. Need to note Miro and Moscow. All right, so go back to Paint for a second. I'll keep adding to the list of to-dos as I think of them, and potentially we'll reorder all kinds of things. Okay, so I want to think about the different biomes we're gonna have, and then maybe some creatures that would live in them. Because I kind of like a big part of the inspiration for this game is playing the like old Pokemon games again, and like wishing that I could actually see like the world feeling alive with Pokemon. Like the first route that you go to, there's lots of Rattatas and Pidgeys, but like you don't see them doing anything out in the world. The only thing out in the world is like you and some trainers and some grass. It's cool the way you walk in the grass, and the grass looks like you're walking in it. But that's about it as far as like world interactivity goes. So for that reason, I kind of feel like I want one of the areas to just be like a grassland. And then you'd need to be further from the beach, right? Because then you'd be like grassland, and then that would lead to beach. You know what? Yeah, let's get rid of outside, and we're going to replace those with specific things. And so if we did a grassland, then we could very easily kind of like, I could really bring to life that specific desire that I've had, like to see at the beginning of like Pokemon Fire Red, like some Rattatas running around, some fucking Pidgeys hunting the Rattatas, Rattatas like playing with each other, getting food. And it's also made me think about the way that certain Pokemon are harder to catch. And I like the idea of that shouldn't be just represented as like, oh, you have a 1 in 50 chance of getting it. Just walk around in the grass until you get it. I want it to be like if you want to fight a Pidgey, you've got to wait until you've got to get into a fight with Pidgeys. And like how, like if you try to run after a bird, he's just going to fly away. You need to like sneak up on the bird while it's hunting a Rattata and attack it. And then it's going to view you as a threat, and it's also going to be pissed that you like attacked it while it was hunting. And then it's going to decide like, okay, let's fucking fight, buddy. And then you fight it, and hopefully it doesn't kill you. Hopefully you beat it, and then it's like, okay, I'll join you. Fine. Well, if you so desire. I think we'll do some kind of capture mechanic, but it isn't like you throw a ball at it. It's gonna be like you try to like link with it using some kind of tool, and then that tool only allows you to capture it if it's like, okay, I respect you, dog. And that could still mean you can like in Pokemon games, you can just run into a wild Pokemon and like throw a Pokeball. Like, I don't know, maybe some Pokemon respect the ballsiness of just being like, bond with me. The duel of will, yeah, exactly. And the more you have weakened them, the more likely they are to be like, all right, I respect you. I'll join you and battle. Because a big part of this will be that they all love to fight. They love to fight. And the ones who don't love to fight, they don't fight. So then if you get into a fight with a symbiote, should call them symbiotes, not Pokemon, they are symbiotes, then it's because they love to fight. And they're gonna be willing to join you because they want to fight. And they'll realize like, oh, dude, if I join you, we'll go fight like crazy cool shit. Not just boring old, I don't need to be stuck here like attacking Rattatas all day. I could evolve into like a crazy giant bird and go fight dragons and shit, man. That's the fucking dream. Okay, so I feel like simple biomes should be fine. So like we'll have a grassland, and then that'll lead to like a grassland / beach area. I also want to have at least a small section. I almost said section. What was I thinking of? What small? I don't know. No idea. Okay. So we do want a mountain area that is like playable. I don't know how to describe that separate from mountains. Okay, so maybe what we do is we take off the brackets. Brackets are for levels that areas you actually play at. Works for me. Great. And then you know what? We'll just... Do I want to just make the water area blue? That might have been a better choice. Oh, whatever. That's fine. And then maybe over here we have like some like rocky highlands that are going to lead up into the mountain area. I haven't decided. I do want to add something in about weather. I do like I like the way that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom do weather. It's cool to cook food that allows you to go to areas you otherwise would not, or to wear toasty clothing. It would be really fun to make a version of the trainer sprite that has a little wool jacket on or something. AB Solutions Inc. Alton Rate Boundless Solutions. What is Alton Rate? Alternative? If we, Dear Glover, I think if we went with an abbreviation, I would want it to be like something that... Okay, you did mean alternate. Something that itself sounds bad. Like if their abbreviation ended up being like cruel or something, or smug or pride, something silly like that. That really, like, because I want it to be like a fucking silly caricature how evil sounding this corporation is. So that then you as the player are absolutely not surprised that they did some heckin' bad things. Iconic evil, yeah. But I want the the characters in the world don't really see it as obviously bad, and then you, the player, will kind of understand why. That like as you move through the game, you will find like healing items made by them and other kinds of equipment made by them, and you're like, oh shit, like they made some good stuff. Like they definitely they overreached. They were a little bit immoral, but they definitely like I need the shit they make. I need their instant heal potions, etc. Okay, so we're gonna have two beachy areas. One's a rocky beach, one's a grassy beach. Maybe like lab freezing / hibernating storage. So that's kind of the idea of the setup for the beginning of the game that I want is that like you as a player wake up from like cryo sleep in a lab where lots of other people were clearly in cryo sleep, but they've all woken up and left. And you won't understand why you were kind of left behind until later. And when you finally do leave and you get to like the nearest town, everybody in the town is going to be like, what the fuck? Like, dude, it's been like 100 years since anybody left that place. Like, we scoured that place. Like, you were definitely not there. That makes no sense. We found every fucking person we could that was there. Some people will just not believe you. Some people will believe you, but mostly because they think this company is up to some shit. So they'll still be suspicious of you. And then that will slowly be teased away and explained. And so, you know, I feel like we want like a low, actually, no, the Rocky Highlands can kind of be like the low mountainy area. And then the upper mountainy area will be like cold and icy. And maybe if we can get the systems going, you'll need, you'll have to search down in the lower areas to find the equipment or the right tools to be able to go up into the cold area. Yeah, and then I still haven't decided because I want the game to be a mashup of like science fiction and fantasy. I want like a section of the like Rocky Highlands area to be like a ruin excavation site. And the ruins are ruins from a different society, like a fantasy society, who lived in a different solar system. And from the things they excavate, it's clear that this ruin came from a different solar system, a completely different place and time. And it's like, how the hell did it get there? And because they've got cool magic, that leads to different kinds of technology that, of course, creepy evil company is trying to figure out how to use. Because of course they are. Because some of them are power-hungry bastards, but also a bunch of them, they're just like, I just want to do cool science. I want to be on the cutting edge of the future of humanity, or whatever. Yeah, and so I think as far as tile sets go, we'll be able to kind of get all of this from Pokemon games. Like I said, the lab one is the thing I'm worried about the most. And then especially like it's going to be a difficult thing for me to do because I want to show like broken walls and things with like foliage creeping in post-apocalypse style. That means I either have to just not draw that because like as far as I know, there's no Pokemon tiles where like walls of buildings are like broken away and vines and other plants are like growing inside. So I think what we're gonna do is just kind of leave it like weirdly not shown. Like the walls will just be missing and there'll be grass growing inside, and you'll kind of get the idea. Because when I go to actually make my own art assets, either it'd be nice if somebody I could like shop around and be like, hey, check out my game. It's got functionality, but it looks like a Pokemon game. How would you, as an artist, like to fucking do all the tile sets for it? It's a prototype? Yeah, yeah. But it's like I have to remind myself of that so I don't try to 'cause in my head I'm like, well, I could just take the Pokemon sprites and tiles and I could tweak them a little bit to look like what I want. But then that's kind of a waste of time because at the end of the day, if I want to actually release this game and like charge people $10 for it or something, I can't be using Nintendo's assets. So then it would end up being like I would have to remake all of that art again in my own style or have an artist remake it. And so then it's kind of like a waste of time for me to be making it. So yeah, I really need to like remind myself like this is a prototype. It can look janky. The whole goal is to make a functional thing and to discover the problems and flesh out my vision and hopefully overcome as many problems as possible, you know? So let's see. So maybe we have like the Rocky Highlands are like here to kind of imply that the Rocky Highlands kind of cover like this entire area. And then the Rocky Beach is like down here, and that leads into the grassy beach. Yeah, that should be fine. We'll have grassy beach kind of be all along here. Maybe we'll come up with something special to be over here. I don't know. Okay, so then as far as the lab goes, I need to kind of think about like the philosophical, like how do I want this place to be? And so I guess we'll just start anew. We'll just make a new thing. Okay. So what the fuck are labs like? You know? That's the question we're here to answer. So like efficiency? Oh, that's not how you spell efficiency. Long hallways / corridors. Like we'll have interconnected rooms. Elevators. Stairways. Actually, we should put like elevators and stairs. They kind of would go together, right? Like they're both means of getting to different floors. And I think Pokemon in some areas does a good job of this. Interrelating things. Right now I'm in Victory Road in Infinite Fusion. And you have to like go up a level to push a boulder down a hole. Come back down a level, then you've got the boulder on a lower level. That could be accomplished in a lab. You could go in an elevator or take stairs, but since this place is kind of it's run down, right? Oh boy, we're just not even gonna worry about spelling apocalypse, right? Run down, nature taking over. Okay, so there's some visualizations, some visual descriptions of what our particular lab is like. Ooh. Definitely sci-fi futuristic. But then also they're also studying magic ruins, so we should remember that. Like maybe we can have some rooms where there's like magical stones inside of like holders, like the idea is that the Fantasy Society uses gems for magic, and then of course if a futuristic society found those, they wouldn't just like put them on jewelry and learn how to cast magic spells. They would put them in machines, like put them on a gun, put them on a sword, put them in your armor, power a machine with it, whatever. Hey, TKJ. Ooh, this game have fishing. Probably at some point, yeah. That seems like a pretty essential aspect of Pokemon, right? Being able to fish up Pokemon. I definitely would want it to be more fun, more involved than Pokemon. Sea of Stars has a very fun fishing minigame, and I think it would be a fun thing to try to implement, like copy the mechanics for the sake of the minigame itself. But then in Sea of Stars, all that you get when you fish successfully is like you get some fish fillets to cook with. But in this game, you would actually get it. You would like be pulling a big creature out of the water to fight, potentially. You can make it Stardew Fishing. I don't think Stardew Fishing is that good. It's a challenging mini game, but it's kind of fiddly. It's kind of annoying. Sea of Stars has a really cool fishing system. Oh my god, Durglover. I kind of like the Chaos name with a Q instead because of the acronym having quantum in it. That's kind of cool. Maybe we could work with that. Let me look up. Let me show you fishing in Sea of Stars. You cast. You get control casting your. Whoops, wrong thing. We got to move the whole thing over to this screen. Okay. You have control where your thing's gonna land, which you do have control in you do have control in Stardew Valley, but the fun part is after that. So this band of light moves toward the fish, but the fish can very easily move past this like light area. And so your goal is to get them into that light area, and only when they're in that light area do you pull back to like reel in. And every time that you reel in aggressively when you're not in that central area, you're putting too much tension on the line and it will eventually break. And so then the different fish are easier to capture. The ones that are harder to capture, they'll wriggle in and out of the area excessively. The ones that are easier to catch stay in the area. They might go out a little bit. You got to stop and wait. You got to tug them back to the side to get them back lined up again. It's really fun. You've never seen Sea of Stars fishing? Sea of Stars is a great game. The fishing is very fun. I think it's like the best fishing mini game that I've ever experienced. I haven't played any games that like the whole game is you just fish. So I maybe there's a better fishing system to come up with as a mini game. Maybe being inspired by actual games that are just all fishing. But I think the Sea of Stars fishing minigame is very fun. And that's what I would want to do for sure. Reminds you of a game when you tug only when the fish doesn't, and if both tug, it breaks. That's an interesting idea too. I think Sea of Stars is essentially doing that. It's just representing it in a slightly different way. Let me move the chat over to here. Like for Sea of Stars, the fish tugging is it's tugging left or right. And then you need to tug left or right. You need to tug the opposite way until it's lined straight up, and then you can really reel in. If you have an idea to reel back, you can spin the mouse with a stick like it is in real life. That would be interesting. That'd actually be kind of fun. Yeah, we could maybe do that. In Sea of Stars, you're just holding a button down. But yeah. It's so labs, yeah. Anyway. That's that'll be a thing to worry about in honestly like a fucking year. Oh my god, there's so much more to get to before that. My goal is to, as quickly as possible, have puzzles and combat working, because like the whole point of playing this game in my mind is puzzles and combat. And so I'm trying to do the minimal things required to get us to that point. Okay, so as far as like the way that a lab is designed, like I feel like building wise it's kind of boring. Like maybe we could kind of stylize this lab in a cool way with the idea that the company, they have a flair for like cool looking stuff, and they're not just going to build a boring lab. But what? I think for the most part, this lab's design is going to be like simplistic and utilitarian. I do want to really lean heavily on the rundown nature taking over aspect of it to kind of make it look like interesting. Because otherwise I think it's going to be boring. I don't want this area to be huge. And maybe certain sections of it will be blocked off and you can come back and visit later. So hopefully even though the design of it is going to be quite utilitarian, we can still make it look kind of unique and cool. We've been playing the Cobbleman MC mod. I don't know what that is. It's new, so it has less. Oh, Minecraft. Cobblemon? So is that like Pokemon? Is that like Pokemon in Minecraft? It's new, so it has less stuff, but so far it's better than Pixelmon. Okay. Cool. Pixelmon was kind of fun. It was a little bit like... it's a little bit janky at times. Like the camera movement and stuff, getting you into and out of a battle. At least when I played it, were kind of weird. But it was definitely fun. It's not on peaceful mode, so hostile mobs can spawn. Is it just like Pokemon that spawn that are hostile? But not regular enemies? Or what? Are there regular, oh my god, like creepers and spiders and shit? So we have a facility, yeah. We do indeed. Okay, so I don't actually really know how I want to like map this out. I kind of think I want to kind of just draw like some simple examples of like essentially it's just going to be rooms connected by hallways, right? And we might want to do something where there's like different wings. Also, we'll probably have like storage rooms, maybe like so like we'll have like a small lab. We'll have like a break room. This little guy right here is going to be a storage room. Let's actually, here, we'll put it up here. But the idea is generally it's going to be connected by a long hallway. Large lab slash... Let's do like lab slash presentation room. So like this might be where larger experiments take place or where people like present things. Maybe have room for seating. We also would need to think about having like an executive area, like maybe just like some office space. We can build from purpose in game or out of game. An engine room or a powerhouse. Ooh, definitely. Yeah, we definitely need some kind of power source, and that might be like separate. So we want a lab area. This is going to be confusing. So I guess let's say the lab contains like lab rooms, maybe like executive offices, break rooms, storage rooms, hallways. So then like power infrastructure. So then the power infrastructure could be like not just like a power plant. Oh, I can't just tab in here. But also like basement access. Like maybe there's a basement that goes below everything. Cobblemon actually makes the Pokemon fit in with Minecraft so they're blocky. Oh, that's cool. There's a game called Pokemon Quest that does blocky Pokemon that look kind of like they'd fit in Minecraft. They're so adorable. It's great. Oh, and you've been drawing recently. Nice. If you're in the Discord, you'll show them. Yeah. Join the Discord. There you got it. I would be happy to check out what you're working on. Got a cough. One moment. Ugh. Cough is lingering. It's so annoying to get sick and then to have a cough. Like you're sick for like 3 days and then you have a cough for like fucking weeks. Okay, so then actually let's do this. Is there anything else? So we might want to have like special labs. Like there might be a special like let's say there are experiments that require like extra security or extra power, or the walls need to be, I guess that would count as security, both security to keep people out because it's like a valuable thing they're working on, or security to keep things in, like maybe they're working on animals, like they're doing experiments on the symbiotes or something. So there might be a special section that has that. But then other than that, I think what we're gonna just have like hallways that connect things and lead to different kind of rooms. And then of course you'll have like entrances into those areas. But because we want it to be like fun to explore, we might have an entrance that's like blocked and then maybe like a broken wall. So you need to get into the broken wall. Also, I think what we would do is we would extend this lab room over to here. That's how normal buildings are designed, right? You're not just gonna have this weird shape on the outside. Maybe you would. You could. A high importance section for the high. Yeah. But specifically from the focus of like security. So maybe like these will be they'll be like secluded. They might not be part of the main lab area, or they might be, but they'll be like in their own section. They will be like either a separate actual building, or if they are part of the same building, they're like in one designated area. So that whatever the contractors, whoever the hell built this, would only have to like make one area like reinforced walls and special security locks and a bunch of other shit like that. And then I also want to have sections. So we want to have like lab rooms. I'm gonna call them like fantasy labs, just like areas where let's just call the company Chaos right now. Where Chaos is studying artifacts from the ruins. So that'll also be in its own special section. That may be part of the secure section. Maybe because the artifacts they are finding might be a bit volatile if they misuse them. But yeah, I think that kind of gets at the basis of what I want, but I kind of want to just decide on like an overall shape. So then let's kind of like extend this out, go back in. And so like what would we want the overall blueprint of the place to look like? Like just like a circle maybe? It could just be a circle. And then we'll kind of make like a very simple like top-down design. Ooh, Anomaly Research is a cool name. That sounds cool. I can't type. An anomaly. Oh my god. I swear I can type and talk at the same time. Okay, so maybe we would do something like this would be the main base, and then we would have like a we'd have like the power infrastructure up near the mountains, and then yeah, let me draw like this would be like the mountain line. You're using Krita right now. Krita is amazing. Well, that's a thing I'm gonna have to look up. Oh, it's digital painting software. Okay, that makes sense. I've never heard of it. Cool. Oh, it's free and open source. Good job, Krita. Cool. Powerful open source community-driven digital art tool. Fascinating. It says it's free and open source on Google, but then you can buy it for $10 on Steam. That's funny. What did we do? We did. Oh, we're celebrating for Krita. They did do it. The open source software is fucking cool. I understand people not being able to contribute to things like that because they're like, hey man, I need to eat. And if I make something, I want to get paid for it. Absolutely makes sense. But anybody who's in a position to make open source software and then does, you're fucking cool. That's fucking cool. Oh, and you know what? So in the, well, let me open the other one. Paint, are you going to be cool with me? Okay, you know what? No, there's an easier way to do this. Okay, so we're going to save this. And then we're going to reopen the other thing I was just working on because... So if we have the lab in the middle, which now we're probably going to make it a little oval shape, so we'll just give it its little shape. If we have the lab in the middle and then there's ruins over here, maybe we put the power station up here and we put the special secure lab right here because it's right next to the ruins. I think that's the thing to do. Okay, so we're going to save you like that, and we're going to go back to number 2. I should color code things. Yeah, it's hard to I always struggle with how in-depth my drafts should be, because like the whole point of this is for me to just have a mental image, and like I may look at this once or twice again in the future and then never again. Ooh. It allows post-processing with pixel art. Oh. Yeah, Durglover, I just glanced through little sections of that that thing that you sent in the Discord. Was that specifically part of Krita? That the person in the video was using for like post-processing and stuff? Cool. You like color coding because it's easier on the eyes. Yeah, for sure. It would also take more time, and I think like black and white it's at least clear enough. He was using Krita. Okay. Shit. Well, maybe I'll have to use it if it looks cool enough. Yeah, I guess sure. It's hard to be politically correct. It's interesting how, at least for me, if someone speaks in a deep voice that sounds male, I just assume they're a he, and it's like, man, it's so obvious you shouldn't do that anymore. Won't be cool not to place secured projects near volatile artifacts. Well, the secured projects are, it's like that's where you put the volatile things because it's safe, it's secure. Okay, maybe we could maybe have a second section that's not. No. I think it makes sense. You build a very secure and big fucking secret. This lab is like totally specifically designed only for containing the ruin artifacts. There's some other stuff going on there as like a cover, but they're totally here to study the crazy magical ruins and the artifacts therein. And they're just pretending they're here to do things like study cryo sleep, which they are doing. They are doing, but you know, it's just a cover up. If they just want to mess with people, you say change your voice. Oh my god. Why do the people with deep voices have great control over their voices? I don't know if they have great control. I think it's just they have a different voice. Maybe not though. Maybe what if it took like more muscular to control to speak in a deep voice? And so then they had like stronger voice box muscles. So they could do high pitched voices too. And therefore they would just had like stronger muscles so they could do more. I don't know. Anyway. Your friend who has a deep voice can go high pitched and deep. Yeah, that honestly, I do think that's just like a natural thing. Shoot, there's a special term in music for people who sing different positions, like tenor and falsetto is a kind of singing. There's a bunch of terms for different ranges that people can sing in, and there is a special term for people who can sing low and high, but not in the middle. Super interesting. The Dragon Force lead singer, the first one and the current one, are both that kind of thing. I think it's called like an alto tenor or something. Okay, so we're gonna have the lab. We're gonna have power. Oh, let's go like power station. So we have the main section. Yep, we have the secured lab. Yep, I'll add that. We do have the power supply. Oh yeah, and then the village up top. But I feel like the village is going to be something you get to go to maybe afterwards. And I kind of want it to be like absolutely devastated, and then you kind of realize that like the reason the lab survived is because of the fact that it was like the area around the ruins was built. The lab area around the ruins was built to withstand like crazy explosions and shit that Chaos expected to be occurring. But then they didn't really take care of the people, you know. They just built regular like employee housing. It was a nice place, but it wasn't designed to withstand like earthquakes and explosions. A presentation / visitor area is interesting. I don't think we want to go as big as being a museum. My idea for this place is that it's secluded enough that it's like it's kind of like taking a job on like an Arctic research station or something. Like there's not a lot of people visiting, but I do like the idea of having like because like I don't know, the government is gonna come and check things out. Like part of the deal is that Chaos is making like cryogenic sleeping chambers for humans, just in case like a fallout situation, just in case people need to like ride out like a nuclear war and the environment gets destroyed. They'll have a place where they can go into cryo sleep and then reemerge years later. Alternatively, if somebody has some kind of uncurable disease, you can go be put into cryo sleep until you wake up. So it's like they are doing those things, but that's not really why they're there, right? They chose this place. They're gonna be like, yeah, we chose this place because like it's cold and there's geothermal activity, so we can get in lots of power. But like really, they chose the place because like the fucking ruins are nearby though, and only they know about that. Maybe some people in the government know about it, but they're kind of hush hush about it. I wish. Let's see. So what I want is we could have like an opening section, and then this area is like the public facing, and let's just go with like letters. We'll just have letters. So this spot's gonna be A, and A is just gonna be like the like public facing like lobby. Let's do this right. And actually, duh, this should be over here. So A will be like the public facing lobby. Things will look nice. It'll have a bunch of like inspiring, like, oh, we do science and we make the world a better place and we care about people so much and we're so cool. We do cool stuff with the government. But clearly it's like they fucking don't. It's just a fucking show they're putting on. And your friends are creating a YouTube channel together, and you'll be doing different games, and you'll be editing, so it's great for practice. Yeah, editing is a fucking task. And it'll be for fun? Sweet. I wish you the best of luck. It is as long as you're doing it for fun, it's fine. If you get some kind of idea like you need to produce so many videos within a certain amount of time and they need to get so many views, like that seems to like destroy people inside. Yes, Dirk Glover, this is it's a propaganda place we are working on. Exactly. Well, I guess we're done working on it now. We have now labeled where it is. And then so maybe from there, let's see, how do I want to do this? I might just have like, no, let's draw the actual hallway. Okay, so from there we're gonna have like maybe some hallways that lead to different sections of the lab. And I think the goal of what we're gonna do here is essentially make this place huge and interconnected. But then we're going to we're gonna make the player's experience more linear by kind of deciding where they're gonna start, and we won't just let them have access to the whole place. Like doors are gonna be locked, things are gonna be broken, walls are going to be like crushed in, blocking doorways. You're gonna have to like go around. So we will make it more of a linear situation, but not completely linear. I like the idea of being able to do. You can't do everything in the order you want, but being able to kind of decide what order you tackle puzzles in is definitely a thing that I find fun. Oh my god, they put chemicals in the water, making the freaking frogs gay. I don't know if Chaos did that. They would certainly be the kind of people that would do that though, and then they would deny it. Also, for anybody who doesn't know, that is a meme from, oh my god, what's that guy's name? The guy that Alex Jones, the guy who runs InfoWars, which is a like hilariously stupid like conspiracy theory, like the government's out to get you, Obama's an alien kind of conspiracy theory news stuff. And the thing he's talking about is actually slightly true. There were chemicals that were being put into the water that were causing way more male frogs to be born than females, and it was causing a problem because like a lot of animals, like tons of reptiles, the sex of the offspring is determined by a bunch of like conditions, like temperature and other things. And so if like chemicals affect them in very specific ways, even just making the water warmer, you'll end up with way too many boy frogs and not enough lady frogs, and that's like an obvious problem for reproduction. And so the thing that Alex Jones was saying is, it's like completely wrong, but like there was something real that it was based on, which is brutal. It's brutal to try so hard and to still be so wrong. Okay, so what do we do with these hallways? Like these hallways are going to lead to little rooms that are all going to be like little laboratories and stuff. But then do they just all loop back? Maybe there's like one big room in the back that they all lead back to. Maybe even like the back area is like storage and like a maintenance access or something. We should also think about how supplies would get to this place. So maybe we should reposition things. Supplies would probably either come like through a tunnel in the mountains. Yeah, I guess we could do that, like a tunnel in the mountains rather than by boat. Global warming's doing it. Yeah, I think the thing that Alex Jones was talking about was actually, he was right about it being chemicals. He was wrong about it turning the frogs gay. But I believe it was actually something related to chemicals being released into the water, not just global warming. But I think it's what, like, sea turtles are specifically being affected by global warming. They're having trouble having the right gender ratio because of temperature. It's so brutal. It feels so bad to be like we're the only species of animal that is capable of understanding like how we affect the planet, and instead of like treating the planet nice, we're just like, we just get to be aware of the fact that we're like destroying everything. And like turtles are so fucking cool. You can go to Hawaii, you can just like swim in the water and they'll just like be there hanging out. It's so fucking cool. They're so chill. They just like, they don't give a fuck about you, and hopefully you don't give a fuck about them. I think it's like hilariously illegal to touch turtles. There are signs everywhere telling you not to touch them, and you can get fined like hundreds of dollars if the authorities become aware that you have even just poked it. Like, just don't fucking touch the turtles, bro. But they're so cool. It's so cool to just like, the water is so clear in Hawaii. God, I want to go back to Hawaii. I've been thinking about it a bunch lately. I hate flying. It's a giant pain in the ass. And also when you go to Hawaii, you feel bad because there's a bunch of native people that live there that are kind of like, hey, tourists, it kind of sucks you guys come here and like pollute everything. And like, even though I'm not personally polluting things, like I get that. It's fucking brutal. You think if narwhals become depressed, they die? Oh my God, that's terrible. I feel like a lot of animals can become depressed and then die. Like people who have dogs that have like grown up together, and then one of them dies and the other dog is just like, okay, no, I'm good. I'm not going to eat. I'm done. I'm out. I'm old too. Take me, world. I feel like it's because of their heart rate. Whoa, that's an interesting thing. Does their heart rate get too low to like keep them warm or something? Dang. That's brutal. Hold on, let's go back and look at our other drawing. So if we were getting supplies, if we were this lab and we need all kinds of weird supplies, you could get them from the water or through the mountains. So maybe over here we have like a dock area. And then we honestly kind of need to think about like roads. Oh my God, where's the other fucking brace? And you know, the dock should kind of be like, I guess it's kind of in the water. We'll just, yeah, great. We'll just do it like that. We'll just, that's fine. And then you know what? Let's get rid of this so we can draw. Nope. That's touching in a bad way. We need some roads, you know? All right, so we would definitely have like a road straight to the dock from the lab so that we can unload the supplies. We want 3 paths, or basically the player will need to meander between them. Yeah, I think it's hard to actually do it, but from analyzing the way that people have made games in the past, it does kind of seem like at this point I can make this map like anything that I want, and then it's going, because of the like post-apocalypse setting, I have the easiest thematic tools to be like, oh, you can't go there, you have to go this way. So we can essentially design this as open and as complex as we want it to be, and then we can like kind of only design the things we want and like force the player to only be able to go to those areas. So now the question is though, what kind of other roads would be here? Like we would definitely have we need to put like we'll just like call it like a staff town. The company town, that's an actual term that has negative connotations, and I think it's appropriate to use to copy those negative connotations. Okay, so we have the mountain area, and that's going to be the company town, and Let's see, maybe we move you right to there so then we can draw the map or draw the road. Rope what to village? Hope way. Roadway? Oh my god. You cannot spell. Yeah, it's okay, Dirk Lover. We'll get there together. I think we should also, like, we also definitely want, let's see, I need to draw in the little power station. And then the secured lab area. And so then we would definitely have little roads that would connect the, actually maybe we would just go onto the main road for the power station. And then we would definitely have a road that connected the lab to the secured lab. Let's call you SL for secured lab. We'll call you ES for power station. And then the ruin excavation area, we would definitely have a road that goes into there. The things I'm not sure about is like the beach area. Like there would probably be a road or at least just like a pathway that leads down to it. And then also like we would probably have like a parking lot. So if the villagers live up top, ooh, a cable car would be sweet. Ooh, okay, because yeah, we need to like think about people's lives in this place. They're not just here to do science, despite what Chaos might want, despite what Chaos Co might desire. So if you're an employee here, you live up here, you got to be able to get down to the lab. A cable car is an interesting idea. That's more interesting than having cars. Is that what we should go with? That is definitely ooh, yeah, maybe we do, because that would just look cool. And that would be a fun thing to kind of show you areas that you can then explore. So yeah, we would probably still need a road to the dock and to the lab. And then the lab would need like a little like loading, unloading section. But yeah, maybe we do like a cable car from the lab up to the mountain area. And then like I kind of want the player to have to go by foot, either before or after they go on the cable car. Like either you go on the cable car first and then it breaks down, and then you've got to like travel the area that you just saw below you by foot, which would be fun because then you might see items and shit and be like, oh damn, I gotta remember there's like a thing behind that rock face or something. I don't know. Or we do it the opposite way. Like you go up by foot and then ride down. Oh, and then you might see things you missed after the fact. Ooh. Okay, so you know what? Let's do the cable car lines in like a special color. That's probably the best. I guess we are breaking out color. Ooh, a nice blue. And then yeah, we could do a cable car from the docks if we wanted to, but do we want that? Because the cable car up to the mountain would make sense if it like the conditions aren't great to have a town, and maybe there just isn't room. There wasn't room to build a town, Or maybe, like, I don't know, there was already a town there or something. And they needed a way to get down the mountain. Maybe like the town connects to the rest of the map. And at some point you'll get to explore that. But for now, you know, we can't just have you running off before you do the tutorial. You think they can make it like a 6-hour walk? Oh my God. Or when the cable car stops. Yeah, it's something I've been thinking a lot about is the scale that I want things to be in. Because, like, let's be honest, the scale of the Pokemon worlds makes no sense. Like how many people live in the Kanto region? Like 200 people? They're spread across like 12 towns. How many towns are there? There's probably more than 12. I have a map of it on my wall. Which is why I was looking back there. That would be weird without that context. The towns are too small. There's not enough people. That doesn't make sense. It's like there'd be way more people. It's crazy. So like I want the world that I make to be bigger, but probably not realistically big, right? Like we probably don't want a town that's the actual size of a town. Because Derglover, like you just mentioned, if we have things that are of the proper scale and the cable car is broken, then it would be like, have fun with a fucking 6-hour walk, which I don't think that would be fun. Maybe like an hour long, and not just a straight walk. Like maybe it'd be like 20 minutes if your character is just sprinting. But then it ends up being like an hour because you're going to get into combat with creatures or look for items or have to solve puzzles by moving things around or whatever. Those things would add time, but the scale is going to be hard. I think maybe we would start like somewhere in the middle. I'm just going to like make something that I think feels big, but not too big. And then play around in it. Walk around the area, figure out like, oh, is this boring? And then go from there. Maybe make things smaller, maybe take puzzles out, maybe make things bigger, maybe add puzzles. Oh, you just make a tablet that says Famous Stairs of Pain. Oh my God. No, it's gotta be fun. It's gotta be fun, Derglover. The player character just won't try referring to that. Wait, what? They'll just try to not call it that? That's not going to change the perspective, though. Okay, so definitely a cable car up to the cool mountain town. The player character won't try to climb. Oh, okay, I see. You could, yeah, sure. That would be kind of funny. I do also like the idea of the way the full context of how I plan to have the opening of the game be is that like you as the character wake up from cryo sleep, and you'll find out later that like why you woke up from cryo sleep 100 plus years after everybody else did. But there was some kind of catastrophe where everybody had to go into cryo sleep. Not everybody who could. Lots of people died. But it's been a long time since that happened. But you wake up and you will find the remains of someone and some tools and some information that they have left you. And part of what I was thinking is having a sort of like assistant robot that was helping this person that has been left behind dead. And that assistant robot is like, hey, the guy that died told me to help you. So here's all the things I can do. And then that robot is the way through which the character, the HUD exists. Like the robot is the reason that the character can see their health as like a meter, or their stamina as a meter, or the reason that they can like have a map to look at with information. And so I don't know. I kind of want that character to be kind of like smarmy and pessimistic about things. So like maybe that little robot guy could read the sign and be like, no way, dude. No, you don't. That's fucking crazy. The weather's terrible up there. Like your little meat bag body can't make that. We're not going that way. I refuse. No way. Easter egg to try 10 times and that allows the player to climb by walking straight. Oh my God. That would be kind of fun. I don't think I would actually do that because it would be a huge area that I would have to make only for people who tried like 10 times. But it would be fun to have a little Easter egg like that for something small. Maybe even they just try to start the climb, and then you can. It's like 3 screens. Okay, sure. It could be short, and then it just represents a longer thing. That would be interesting. They got to be able to get there some other way, though. I don't know. That would be really funny, though. So now the question is, do we want like a rail or a cable car to somewhere else? Like it certainly makes sense to go up to the mountain with a cable car. And if we implement the in-game mechanics to have a cable car, it would be nice to have multiple. A rail from the ruins since carts are stable. Well, a cable car is pretty stable too. And even though a cable car is slow, the nice thing about a cable car is that you just need 2 points connected, and then you don't have to worry about the like craziness of the ground. Like if the ground is really rocky or the soil is really unstable, which is kind of what I was thinking for the ruin area, that the whole reason that people found it is that like weather has like revealed parts of it, essentially. So maybe we do more. I think for now we'll start with just a cable car up to the village, up to the company town. But we could easily have a cable car to the docks, and we could easily have a cable car to the ruins. The dock is heavy containers. Yeah, that's a good point. So then probably it might make more sense for the dock to just be an actual connected through an actual road. And then we'd have this little like loading, unloading section. But then the other thing to think about is if people come to visit, are we saying they're just going to come through the dock and then they would be coming over here? In which case I need to change my my map, which I think that might be the thing to do. If people came to visit, like you're a government official coming to check on the cool cryo sleep project, you'd come to the dock and then you would make your way on the road, which is normally just for loading and unloading of cargo. But also for new hires, if they came, they would also drive up the road. So you'd probably just have some vehicles that are constantly like mostly trucks in the parking lot, but then a few little cars or something. You can have a dual connection or even like a tunnel bored into the rocks. Yeah, I was initially thinking that maybe we would have some kind of tunnel. I kind of want there to be a tunnel that connects to the rest of the map. And then some kind of explanation as to why the player can't go there yet. Like maybe the tunnel has like broken open to reveal some kind of huge subterranean area, and there's like some crazy powerful symbiotes in there. And so that might even explain why the lab has both a tunnel to get supplies, but also the dock. Like maybe they realize the tunnel wouldn't be reliable. But I do like the idea of a tunnel just connecting the rest of the map to the lab for later, specifically. And I think heavy cargo would be fine coming on a boat. Boats can carry some pretty crazy heavy shit. And I think it would make sense to have it set up like to have it set up like this, where everything comes in by boat and then goes up a road into the lab, which does mean we're gonna switch where the lab's entrance is. So let's get on that. We haven't done a whole lot yet. We're just essentially gonna like rotate everything that's inside. Counterclockwise? Yeah, counterclockwise, 90 degrees. You can recover the tunnel late game to return. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is like you would it would be an area you could explore that just has like bonus background information. That's kind of just like an extra challenge, some extra puzzles, and some extra information. Maybe some cool symbiotes that you won't find anywhere else. I also need to think about the not just symbiotes being in the world, but also other characters that you can other characters who bond with symbiotes, other like warriors who can join you. And maybe you'll find one of them in there. Maybe they're up to something. They're trying to figure out the secrets that Chaos Corp left behind. Okay, so we're gonna just redraw this. Same shape. But now we have new information, right? So we know there's going to be a little parking lot. Oh my god, also, did I swap the shapes of these? Hold on. I think in the other picture I swapped the shapes. Which is not that important. Yeah, I made the power station a square. That's fine. This is more of a high level overview. We'll go with this. The hosts to symbiotes. Yeah, they're not just hosts, right? They're like, they battle with them. They do bond directly with them, but it's like they also battle with them as separate entities. Conduit is a cool term. But yeah, I want to have a kind of I want to have like the main plot that is going on, and then a kind of separate plot that's going on with the fantasy civilization that got like violently mixed with our civilization, the fantasy worlds that got collided into our worlds. I want them to also interact with symbiotes, but they have a much more like shamanistic view of it, a much more like natural view of things. And I want there to be like the way that the Pokemon games have gym systems, where you're like fighting a gym leader and they have a very like respectful battle with you and they challenge you and then you defeat them. Well, I guess you challenge them, they offer a challenge. You challenge them, you defeat them, they give you a badge that kind of honors your accomplishments. And maybe they give you a powerful ability as well. I want to have the like shamanistic natural side of things have that kind of campaign. So you can like go through the regular story and you don't have to really engage with that if you want to, if you don't want to. And maybe at times I will force the player to, but I want the campaign experience to offer more than Pokemon does, which is just like, Pokemon's just like, you gotta be a Pokemon trainer and you gotta go to the Pokemon League. Like, what if I don't want to do that? Isn't there something more interesting going on in this world other than like I have to do the Pokemon thing? Like, I want to be a hero. I don't want to go beat the Elite Four. That's boring to me. I want to be a fucking hero, man. Like, I want to help people. The lab is a tutorial area. Yeah. So the entire like the lab and the area around it. So like I kind of want there to be a bit of tutorial that's in the lab, a bit of tutorial that's out of the lab, and then after that it's kind of just like, okay, you've been told how puzzles work, you've been told how your interfaces work. You've been told how combat works. Now, like, go out into the world and not the whole world. Just go out into this little subsection. This little kind of protected, secluded, almost like an island, but not really, like this little protected area. Explore to your heart's content. You'll find puzzles you can't solve yet until you go to a different area and find the tool that you need to come back and solve those puzzles. Most of those puzzles will be extra things that you don't have to do. But there will be a line of kind of a checklist of things you have to do to be able to leave. And I'm imagining that's going to be you like building a boat, or not building a boat from scratch, but like repairing a boat. You're going to repair a boat and then you're going to just get on your way. The robot guy will help you out and help you figure out what you need to do. And then as you go to leave, he'll be like, okay, like here's your options. And I'm thinking what the option, you'll only just have one option, which is to go to the nearest town for now. And then I kind of want the whole game to be focused around that town, with the idea that like the first game that I'm making is kind of a proof of concept for what I want to do, and then the next game that I make will be set in the same world, but there will be multiple towns with many more environments. But I want to focus on like almost like if the first Pokemon game only went up to like Misty, but each individual town or area that you stop through on the way is much larger, much more fleshed out. I want the town to feel like a town. I want it to have some like little tiny sections that are like little villages next to it that also feel like their own unique little thing. Like culturally, like maybe like the way that there are like Chinatowns. Like San Francisco has a really cool area that's like a historical like Chinatown. I think there's also a Japanese one. I think usually it's called like Little Japan or something, like Little Japan and Little China, which is weird terminology, but yeah, that's essentially how I want the game to flow. So I took a very long time to answer your question that yes, it is indeed a tutorial area. And yeah, Dirk Lover, we'll definitely have something like that where we're going to have simple puzzles that are really easy. That is just like forcing you to understand the way that things work. So they'll be very quick to solve and have very little actual like depth to them. But you won't be able to solve them unless you understand a specific aspect about how, like, in this case, the sweet electric arc boots work that you'll find initially and that you'll be using for like changing circuits or for like rerouting power. My goal will be essentially to like force you with some very easy puzzles to understand how the things work, and then some more complicated puzzles that are blocking you from progressing but aren't too complicated. And then I want to have all throughout the game like very difficult puzzles that are kind of off on their own. That's very clear that it's like, this is a hard thing and you don't have to do it. But if you like this kind of puzzle, then hang out and do it, and you get some extra potions, maybe some kind of like special bonus gear, maybe like a cool weapon or something. And I think that's the other tool that I think the player is going to get early will be some kind of like a thing like a lightsaber, but it's less of a weapon and more of like a tool. It's mostly about utility. You're not like swinging it around in combat. You're using it to like cut through things. But maybe it like uses different elemental energy. Maybe it's like one of the things that they made in the secured lab, that it uses the like magic crystals that they found in the ruins, and so you can make like a sword with elemental energy, and you need to use that to to solve certain problems, maybe to like fight off some of the wildlife. Like there's vines you can only cut back if you have the right elemental weapon, if you have the right crystal inside your elemental lightsaber tool. Maybe the super hard puzzles, maybe the excavations of its own. Dirk Lover, what do you mean? Restate that sentence. It sounds like you have something there, but I don't know what. We're gonna keep organizing things. So now we know that the power station... Wait, it is on transparent selection. You should... That's not how you should be working. Interesting. All right, Paint. You know, I love Paint because it's simple and I thought effective, but maybe not. So you're saying have the really hard puzzles be like an actual at the actual like excavation site, like they haven't in the ruins. There might be actual puzzles. I mean, I think we'll definitely do that. I don't want to do all the hard puzzles there, because I definitely want to take the player to that area, have them explore, have them maybe do some like light-based puzzles. I like the idea of oh my god, I was playing Minesweeper, a special version of Minesweeper with like red flags and red mines and blue mines and green mines. And the numbers that would tell you about the mines would be colored based on which, like if there was a magenta 1 meant there was one red mine and one blue. Yeah, and one blue mine nearby. I want to do like light puzzles like that, where you're like bouncing light off of surfaces like mirrors or sending them through like colored glass. Let's focus on our task. Oh, but it's so fun to think about things. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for keeping me at least semi-focused. Okay, so then we definitely have a road, right? And this is big enough that we can kind of do this. And then the power station, we're gonna connect off it. That's a terrible road, bro. You know what? Just like why even worry about it? And then I don't know. How do we make this look like a parking lot? No, we just won't worry about it. We just won't worry about it. It's easy to get flooded by ideas, so brainstorming should have restrictions. Yeah, it's so hard. It's really hard to balance writing down good ideas and quickly so you don't forget about them. There are definitely notes that I've written down that I've read later and been like, oh my god, thank god I wrote that down. I would not have remembered that. And then we want to actually figure out this situation. So maybe like this whole, let's just make it a weird little circle. So like this whole area is going to be the like entrance. And we already started labeling that, so it just needs to be the letter A. Bro, you're supposed to be on transparent selection. Is white not my background color anymore? Have I forgotten how paint works? You just... Now you work. There you go, buddy. That's what you should have been doing. It's you having ADHD tendencies here? Yeah, dude, me too. It's really frustrating to like I will have such a clear vision of what I want this game to be, and like little moments, little snapshots, like parts of the plot, mechanics, the way that I want things to feel, things that I know, like that I know people would enjoy experiencing. And it's so frustrating to try and like actually it's like making a game is only 1% that. You need to have that inspiration. You need to have that like starting point of like, wow, it would be really cool. Dreams are hard to put in life. Yeah, sure. It's so hard to do all the other work around it, and to stay structured while you're doing it. It's just because like that part's not inspiring, and that part can be fun. Like this is fun. It's chill. It's relaxing. It's enjoyable. But it's also like my brain is like, no, I want to make all the cool monsters and I want to do the combat system. And it's like, hold on, game. Hold on, brain. You can't make the game unless you do it step by step. You got to you can't just fucking yeet yourself into this. You got to fucking think about it. Okay. We don't need the power stations labeled. Right. This is all for the lab. Okay. So then the next thing we want to do is have like hallways. It's hard to do things without dreams. Ooh, for some people, yeah. And I feel like some people just get crushed by modern society and they don't care about being creative. But I feel like if you had a world where everybody's needs are met, like if robots just did everything we needed, I feel like everybody would be creative. Even if that just meant like you come up with cool ideas for roller coasters. Like everybody would have some kind of creative outlet because it's so fulfilling in a unique way. But it's so hard to do in this fucking world where you're like, but like I need food and water and a comfy place to sleep. And also like, I don't know, social interactions. So I want to play a bunch of cool video games. Also, I want to take care of my cats. Also, I need to clean the damn house. Small mess hall. Well, okay, but that's how, how big is everything? We don't know. But actually, that's a good point. Because honestly, I was thinking like A is just the lobby, right? And then B is going to be kind of like where would you have storage? Holy shit, this is such a funny fucking question. I'm about to like go look up like labs. The structural map. Well, yeah, we're trying to make it one. So hold on. You mentioned a mess hall, and that's actually a really good point. I feel like we don't just need a lobby. It would make sense to have like a nice like a cafeteria mess hall place. And yeah, that's what I was thinking. Storage would be somewhere where it's easy to distribute stuff. So then, okay, so maybe here's what we do, right? It's like it's so cool the way that building design, you're trying to like think about all the uses of the space. So we want storage somewhere where we can load and unload easily. But loading and unloading easily means you need the parking lot. And in the parking lot would be where you would want people to come into the front and see like fucking cool shit, man. So, oh, well, that's way too zoomed out, bro. Okay, so actually, let's reimagine the parking lot. Let's have the ability to do both of those functions, right? Let's get this B out of here. So maybe what we do is maybe we come all the way over to here. And you know what? Yeah, maybe we include the power station. In the lot. Maybe a little further back. Let's say something like, yeah, like this. So then, like, if the weather was bad or something, and you're a technician or whatever, and you're hanging out in the lab doing some stuff, and then there's a power problem here, you don't have to go down a road. You just walk across the parking lot. And yeah, Dirk Glover, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Like side parking that's out of the way of the front. So like essentially this area, and it might need to be bigger, but this area would be like loading and unloading. So let's actually have a B prime. So then we have the road that leads into the main parking lot, but then we also have like a kind of side area for loading and unloading, which would in turn mean that this is where storage should be. So then maybe what we do is we have like a central storage area. We're gonna probably redesign this. But if we had like a big central storage area, and do we do it all in the back? Do we do all the storage in the back? Because we're gonna be unloading in the back. So we could essentially have like C is like unloading, storage, like warehouse kind of a situation. Maybe we'll have like should just use lines because we're drawing inside of a circle. I should have just made this stupid building a square for now. Maybe back here we could have like a little, like a chill little like lounge area for employees, like way the hell away from things, but also so that they could like wait if a shipment's coming in or something. Are we one story though? Oh, dang, Dirk Lover, good point. You're making it harder, true, but you're also making it like more realistic, which is certainly what I want. So, all right, good point. I think the lobby and the warehouse would absolutely be one story. And storage under everything. Okay, I like that idea. I don't think we want to put like everything under there. Like a lot of things can be up top, but for extra like long-term storage, especially because we want to have like the reported purpose of this place is for like cryogenic sleep or whatever. So we would definitely need a basement. Oh, and easy to distribute by lift. Yeah, good point. Ooh, okay. Okay. So let's label what we have. So B prime is loading, unloading. And then C is warehouse. And then D is a like small lounge for any of the like the loading crew. Well, I'll throw it over in the right spot in a moment. You're sorry? Nah, dude, I need this. This is the stuff that I would think about at some point and then be like, okay, I'm just redesigning this dumb thing. So for now, we're working on the ground floor. Whoops. But we're definitely gonna need a basement. And I think we'll have a second floor that's mostly just like more labs. So I think the second floor will be very similar to the first floor. And tell me about stuff that you use for schematic fantasy art. Ooh, hell yeah, link that in the Discord. That sounds cool. Yeah. Because yeah, I think we're gonna like... The second floor could be personal offices and an archive. Ooh, archive would be good for fucking lore, dude. All right, okay. So I'm gonna just make a short list of, so we're gonna have like lab rooms. We have an archive. We have offices. Whoa, bro, I was holding shift. Don't lie, computer. I was holding the shift button. And then, okay, so actually this will be for the second floor. But then we also need to have basement. And in the basement, we of course have cryo zones. We would have extra storage. And maybe like specialty labs, but maybe not. I'm not gonna forget that we could always add more labs to our giant lab building. Ooh, personal armed forces. Interesting. Yeah, where would security be? Ooh, so I feel like security would at least have some kind of little kiosk or a little room off of the main room, because they're gonna need to be there in case something happens. Okay. We'll just add security. Just kind of floating over here in this invisible third column that will be for the first floor. So how would we, and actually I guess a nice place for security would be like right in between the front office lobby area and the loading zone. So then we could kind of just like mark off this area for security. Shoop. And then let's just copy you. You are now... You're now part of the list, security. Good job. Oh, and yeah, I don't think we need... It's like we need more security next to the secured lab. The secured lab is good, like guards around the clock, like heavily armed guards around the clock. Like you don't go into that place without like seeing 2 guards in body armor and machine gun with fucking automatic rifles. But I think we need both, right? We need like the guys who are in here, like they've got a pistol, a taser. They don't really do much. They're talkative. They chat with the receptionists a lot. It's an easy job. They're not so serious. And then the secured lab guys are like, they're like ex-military. They're like crazy. Ooh, a work shower area. That's okay. That's interesting. I feel like maybe. Ooh, okay, let's think about that. So because there's an employee like village town so close, they wouldn't necessarily need like a gym, but something like a shower and a locker room would be nice if they're like chemical experiments. But there's a bit of a nuance there, because if you're doing experiments with dangerous chemicals and you end up needing to take a shower, you need to do it like right there. I've all throughout my college experience, I worked as a lab technician with a bunch of dangerous chemicals, mostly acids. And so we had to know how to use the showers. Only one person I ever interacted with ever had to use them because they spilled acid on their arm. And so they just had to like rip off their shirt and their jacket and just like activate the chemical shower. So we definitely need it. We definitely would need like a chemical shower in the lab rooms, but would it make sense to also just have like, let's say you were doing an experiment. Let's say you were getting stuff out of the ruins. You would get like dirty doing that. So maybe having like a nice big bathroom with like a shower and a locker would make sense for people who are like excavating things, people who are like working with things that might be covered in dirt. Like you might just feel grimy. You might just need like a nice freshen up. So maybe we don't need some rooms because of the destruction. Ooh, that's an interesting. So let's still map it though, right? Like this is one of those things where like I need the world. I need to attempt to make the world real. So like it would still need to be on a map. If there was a map of this building on a wall that the player could look at or something, like obviously the game world looks like this. So maybe they would see like a sign and they would click on it and it'd be like, oh, it's a map of the place, of the labs you're in. I would need to. We don't need realism, just verisimilitude. Yeah, honestly, I feel like it's like I'm gonna shoot for realism and I'm gonna hit verisimilitude, right? You're not ever gonna actually fully achieve realism, so we might as well shoot as high as possible because I'm gonna miss things. I'm gonna forget about things. Okay, so let's add that to the list though. Not on floor 2. And actually let's hold on. Okay, so we would want like showers. Ooh, is there a better term for like a full bathroom? No, we'll just call it like showers. We'll do like shower / lockers. No, we won't. We'll do it separate. And then we still kind of need to figure out storage. And also not just storage, but also I feel like mess hall is it's too military sounding. Let's go cafeteria. Is that? Oh my god, I don't know how to spell anything. My phone has all the spelling capabilities. Okay, so we need a spot for these things. Let's figure that out. The cafeteria is for visitors too. Yeah, so that's why I was thinking it would make sense to kind of be on the other side of security. Right? Like we could just have it be like over here. And obviously these shapes are very, very rough outline, very subject to change. It'd be sweet if I knew somebody who like designed like business buildings, and I could be like, what would you fucking be nice and give me like a 10-minute fix. What is the worst part about this situation? Okay, actually, let's just, so we already have the letter F. So now we're going to be doing, oh, and I changed my format, didn't I? Over here we have dashes. Oh, what a fool. Okay, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Okay, so F is going to be the cafeteria. And that looks spelled wrong. But, oh, well, that's all E's. Cafeteria. Oh my god. Words have no meaning anymore. Okay, so F is now our cafeteria. And this is F. The cafeteria needs easy access to storage. Yep. Okay, we are like very closely aligned thought process wise. So it definitely needs its own small storage, right? Like for food and stuff. And so maybe we could do something like this. But I think what we should do is we should have like major hallways. That connect everything. And honestly, maybe it makes more sense to have the hallway be further back. I mean, honestly, we could have 2 of them. No, it wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be that terrible to just like get a oh my god, what's the thing? It's like a forklift, but you just pull it. Oh my god. I don't know. There are things that I see people at the grocery stores pulling like giant pallets full of groceries on, like sodas and things to unload, but you could easily just pull it down the hall. It wouldn't be that bad. Ooh, interesting. We could think of each room as a conveyor with intake and input and output, sure, and make an adjacency map. Oh my god, that sounds more reasonable. But I don't know how to do it. I feel like this is working for me. This is simple enough, and it's kind of working for me. And you know what? Actually, what we could do is we could kind of, I feel like we can extend this, right? Because you would kind of want like an area where food is being prepared, and then an area where food is being stored, and then an area where you can eat. So then, like, maybe this entire area can be the cafeteria. You'd certainly need a larger cafeteria than you would need a security room. That's for sure. And so then we'll go ahead and give cafeteria storage its own little letter. Oh shoot, we want it to be like that. What letter are you going to be? You're going to be G. Okay, let's expand you a little bit. Let's grab the G. Put it in there. Only got a few letters left. I'll type the rest of the alphabet. We can do small planning later for sure. Thinking big strokes. Good point. I think we're still kind of doing that. That was just a little detail. Okay, so then we have things in the front that the public or non-employees might need to interact with, right? Like the lobby, we have security, we have the cafeteria and food storage. Then I feel like other than that, we should definitely locate the like shower and lockers. And I feel like it might make sense to have them be kind of centralized. So that whatever lab you're working in, you have easy access to it. But then potentially also, would the secured lab have its own shower? I feel like no. I feel like if you were just like a little bit grimy and dirty, like you were, I don't know, they excavated some cool magic stones, and then you were working with them in one of your little lab rooms in the secured lab, and you got covered in dirt, you could just walk back to the main building. We need to split labs by criteria. I think to a certain extent, yes, but then also to a certain extent, no. So to a certain extent, yes, because like different labs are going to have different demands for like power, for the kinds of storage they need. They might need cold storage. They might not. Some labs, you might need the area to be like quiet. So you might need a really well insulated room. So then I think maybe the way to look at it would be, there would be different labs that are built with different specifications, and you might end up with all sorts of experiments going on in them. But like, if you needed to do experiments with something that's very sound sensitive, you've got to use a lab that's on the second floor. But if no work was being done that required that kind of a lab, the lab on the second floor that does have nice soundproofing, you could just use it for something else. And so that would be the no part, that like really you could use any lab that fits your requirements and then some. Oh yeah, and we do still want like a presentation. A presentation room as well. Just presentation area. Okay, so let's go ahead and give each of these letters. And you know what? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna type out the rest of the alphabet. Sure. Oh my God, Mojito is snoring on my desk right now. And then T, U, V, and W. This is not going to be super clean, but did not mean to do that. Actually, that's probably enough for now. We're out of half the alphabet, yeah. Yeah, I will be okay, though. And if anything, we can start doing, like, AA and BB. Okay, so... I think storage is going to be the most important thing to locate next, because we want... I think we not only want a large storage area in the middle, because I think... Oh, and a lift. I think we want an area that is, like, lift/storage. And maybe that could just be in the back, next to the warehouse. You could have a lift. Okay, so actually, yeah, let's say the lift is in the warehouse. I think that makes the most sense to have. Oh my God, there's a certain term for the kinds of lifts that warehouses have, where they're just like very big, they're very slow, and they have incredible capacity. Maybe we don't need storage in the middle, but an easy arteria for non-visitors. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking we put the lift in the warehouse, and then on the second floor, maybe above the warehouse, we might have even more storage. But I think the idea would be, if you need something that's in the warehouse and your lab is like over here but on the second floor, you would like order it, or you'd go get it in the warehouse, you'd put it on the lift, you'd bring it up, and then you would cart it through the hallway and put it at like a little storage room. So I think what we need to do is conceptualize the way that like most of the schools I went to, like my junior high and my high school, there would not only be like a big classroom area, but then there would be like little storage areas in the classroom that were accessible through like two different classrooms. And then that was like an easy way to store things. Sometimes like a janitor would come in and like grab materials that like, oh, they were out of some cleaning solution, but they have it in this closet or whatever. So I think we need to kind of conceptualize storage like that. We need large scale storage and then small scale storage, so that let's say you're doing a lab experiment where you need like a specific kind of acid, a specific kind of base, some other like materials that you need to store in like a freezer. You could have like a little tiny area that's basically, it's like a closet, but it has shelves and shelves for storing ingredients, and then also a fridge for storing cold stuff. So I think we'll do that after we figure out where the presentation room is going to be, which I think should be somewhere maybe in the back. Now here's the question: is the presentation room, should it also be the kind of thing that non-employees, like visitors, both government or even public visitors, would want to see? Like maybe if an investor wanted to check the place out, maybe we would want the presentation area to be near the front. Especially, okay, so here's a good idea. Maybe we put it down here, with the idea that we kind of have like all of these public facing areas in this one little section. And so then like maybe we have the stairs up to the second floor and the elevator like over here in the back, with the idea of like the second floor is kind of like, it's not easy to access. You can always tidy up the presentation. Yeah, I think we could kind of put it anywhere, but I kind of think it makes sense to kind of like land it in here somewhere. Also, we need to deliver drinks to the presentation easily. Oh my God, that's an interesting idea. Now, I was thinking this would be like super serious science stuff, so nobody's going to be like opening a Coke in the middle of the presentation, but it would be right next to the cafeteria. So if somebody was a potential big investor, some like douchebag like Elon Musk, and he's like, I want a Coke. Like, well, okay, fine, he can have a Coke, and it's right there. We win a lot. We celebrate a lot. Oh my God, that's a hilarious idea. I like that. That's fucking funny. Okay, and also where this presentation room could have a sweet view, because this looking like south is like directly toward the beach and like the nice like grassland and like rocky highlands over here, grassland down here. So you could have like cool windows that you could then like cover if you're going to give a presentation. But if you're just, if you need light, natural light, you could easily like open these nice windows and like have a sweet view of the little area. I don't even know what to call it. Like, it's like an island, but it's attached. A peninsula is a term for an island that's attached in, well, a body that would be an island, but it's attached in one small spot. I don't even know what to call our little area. There's probably a term. I bet a geologist would know, but I'm not one of those. All right, so we have our presentation area, and then obviously the other things we need to add are lifts and stairs. Great. Lifts and stairs. And I think the main thing is going to be employees are going to be using these the most. And employees are going to be coming in like in this area. This is like I guess maybe we have like a special employee entrance right next to the warehouse, because they'll be coming in on the little cable car, right? So this little area can be like the employee entrance. Steers, because it's made from stearine. Oh my god, what is stearine? Isn't that a thing like styrofoam? We are not making stairs out of that if that's the case. It's an octadecanoic acid. Cool. Whoa. Candles are made out of stearine. What the fuck? Okay, so then that's not what I was... Maybe I'm thinking of like styrene. Oh my god. There's too many fucking things. Okay, so back here, employee entrance. Another letter. That we're at I? Yeah. I need to start making that a little bit bigger. All right. It'd be so fun to be getting paid like a good salary to do this stuff. Like I know, like there's some tiny outside chance I could make this game and like people could love it and it could actually sell kind of well. I'm not really expecting that. I'm expecting this to mostly be a labor of love, and then maybe like 1,000 people will buy it over its lifetime or something. That would be awesome. But that would be so cool to have like a salaried position at like Game Freak or something, and to be doing this kind of stuff and getting paid. Fucking sweet. But then that obviously comes with you know, you might get laid off or whatever. Probably not at Game Freak. They seem to be quite insistent on having a small team that doesn't fluctuate in size. So I guess the right place you'd be okay. Okay, so we have the employee entrance. We would also potentially want a we want an exit of some kind to the secured labs. So this little spot will just be a little exit. Ooh, the letter I would have been perfect for that. Because the room is so tiny. All right, we're gonna need to bring you up. Our list is getting too long. Okay, so we have an exit back here, and then we need to figure out where the lift and the stairs will be. So I'm thinking a perfect spot would be like right here. If you're an employee, you come in and then you would just go into like the hallway. And then like right here is the lift up to the second floor. If you're like an executive, you might be on the second floor, then you got to take the lift or the stairs down and then go out the exit and go, I don't know, take care of some shit in the secured lab or something. So yeah, I think it makes sense to have this be where the lift and stairs are going to be, and they don't need to be separate. They're kind of like the same. They're the same kind of infrastructure, and generally in buildings, they're right next to each other. So actually, you know what? Let's just write that out. That'll be K, and then we kind of need to decide what the form factor is of that area. Let's see, I guess just something like that. Like if it's at the corner. Ooh, how are we going to actually make the shape work? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Like maybe J just extends out to here. Maybe this back area could be like a nice little open, like a spot to like chill out. have a little like a snack, but not go to the cafeteria if you're like working in a lab back here or something. And then we also need a shower, the shower locker situation. And then storage will be the last thing we tackle because we're going to kind of put it everywhere along with the actual lab rooms. So where would a good place be? I guess it would be nice to have it be proximal to this entrance in case you're down at the excavation. You come in, you want to just like go straight to like showering. I feel like honestly there might even be something to the things are typically designed in a way where like let's say you're designing a house that has 2 bathrooms. The bathrooms are often back to back because you just run the plumbing in the walls between them. So for that reason, it might make sense to actually have the shower be like right in the middle. Like right next to the cafeteria. And yeah, honestly, like, do you want to be doing lab experiments right next to the cafeteria? Like, maybe not. So it's okay. All right, let's try that. That is maybe a little bit weird that people coming for presentations would walk right by the shower situation. Is that what we want? Is that what we want to do? Also, I should just drag you, right? This is our workflow. I think no matter what, we're gonna end up with a lab over here. So we're still gonna have a lab like nearby. Yeah. No, let's put it further over. Let's put it further over. Maybe like over here. We'll just kind of draw a weird food, but it needs to be like nicely accessible. So what's gonna happen with this? We're gonna need, you need hallways for your stuff, bruh. So then maybe we have a hall that goes like this. Something like that. God, this kind of looks like it could actually be a building, maybe. Ooh, also, fun fact, I am technically a civil engineer in training. So I can design 1-story, I think non-commercial buildings in the state of California. I could make somebody a house. I wouldn't because, boy, am I like really not prepared for that. But like technically, I'm legally allowed to. Hey, Booski. CIIT, is that what I said? Civil, no, it'd be an E, engineer. CEIT, there's an actual term for it. I think it's just EIT. It's engineering training. There we go. That's what it is. Also, at first I totally thought you wrote clit and I was like, whoa, bro. In all caps too? Whoa. Whoa. But yeah, it was a pretty easy test to take in like the 3rd year of college. It's weird to know that I can legally do something that I feel absolutely not prepared to do. Well, I guess like honestly having a kid too. Legally capable. I don't feel mentally capable. Okay, so how is this gonna look though? Because this room needs to be pretty big. If it's gonna be like lockers and nope, we're not using the dash right now. It's gonna be locker/shower, not storage, bro. I saw the S and just went with it. Hello. Crazy Pants, what's up, dude? How do you like my lab? Just cutting edge, maybe potentially immoral, unsafe, unethical research goes on here. Does it look like that? It's gorgeous, thank you. This will be the player character will wake up in the remains of this place. The American Disabilities Act would like a word. What did I do wrong? You don't know the scale of anything. Everything could be big enough for a wheelchaired person. You don't know. Also, I do plan to have this be on the moon, or a moon. Perhaps not Luna, but maybe, I don't know, some other moon. It's gonna be off. It's not gonna be on Earth. So you would need a higher authority than the American government. How do we make this look? Do we just, let's see. We got to just kind of box everything up. Oh, the area could be a plateau or a cape. Yeah, a cape maybe. A plateau would be if it was flat. Typically plateaus are flat and high up, but and the general idea of this area is it's like it is, the grasslands are flat and then the beach is as flat as a beach is, but then the area where the ruins are going to be all like rocky and crazy. You Googled your ass. Maybe off? I think the phrase would be you Googled your ass off. There needs to be a website that's like, here is how humans organized information. Like a version of Wikipedia that I could go and just be like, just show me all of the terms for like kinds of land. Yeah, I guess Wikipedia does have the like disambiguations. I don't know. It has spots where it's just lists of things. Ooh, portal, landforms. Okay, yeah, maybe that is a thing. Yeah, great. All right, I said they should do it and they did it. They were quick. Good job, everybody. Ojito's going ham. Itch in her face. God, imagine if you needed to scratch your face, having to like kick yourself with your back legs. Sounds crazy. All right, let's fucking figure it out. This needs to be a large room, and we need to remember we can't lose the hallway. So, okay, now I need this to kind of like. God, there's definitely a better way to be drawing this, but this is kind of working. You were slow finding. Oh my God, you meant you were slow finding it? You said you're slow finding eat. All right. Oh my God. Okay, so I think what we do is we kind of just do this situation. So yeah. Okay, great. So the hallway kind of opens up, and then like we would have like showers here and like lockers over here. And then now we have like 4 little lab rooms, and we'll make spots for storage in a moment. And then you were the lift, so you would have like honestly, you'd have like an entrance here for the stairs. Oh, actually, no, those could be the lift entrances, and then this would be like the stairs. Cool. Cannot write words, your brain just changes it for the same sounds. That is an interesting, I don't know, it is an interesting kind of like a game that I feel like I'm playing with you because of the way that you communicate. Sometimes I totally don't get it, and then sometimes I just say it, and then I'm like, oh, yep. You might need to reread the stuff you wrote before you send it. Oh my God, even like papers for like your education, like the stuff you were working on, I could see that getting frustrating. Just taking a moment to draw in some entrances to things. Oh yeah, and I guess you could go like right to the cafeteria from the entrance, and then the cafeteria, they would need access to the storage, maybe like both ways. Now what? Also, VLC, did you just crash? Did you crash on me, motherfucker? My God. Bruh. Whoops. VLC player crashed. Thank you. Thanks for that. Sweet. Okay. And is it going through OBS? It is. All right. Okay, great. So we have pretty much everything figured out for the first floor. This went really well. Dirk Lover, I greatly appreciate the help in thinking of all these things. I definitely would have had to come back and do more. Oh my god. You've submitted your like master's work 13 times? I hope that's an exaggeration. Your supervisor still found some of the errors there. You cannot manage. I'm really sorry, dude. That is like it's fun when we're talking in chat and it's silly, but I still get what you're saying. I'm sure that's really frustrating when you're trying to like be serious and do a good job academically, to have that kind of thing just be I don't know, causing you problems. It's fun and silly when it can be fun and silly, but it's definitely I understand having aspects of one's character or personality that are great sometimes, and then like, boy, do they like to be around all the time, especially when it's very not good for them to be around. I don't know what your specific struggle is like, but that does sound fucking annoying. And hopefully your supervisor is like understanding. Oh yeah, sure. I get that it wouldn't be the same thing each of the 13 times that you tried it. Yeah, it would be different things each time, but still, just constantly having that kind of struggle seems not fun. Now, how the hell do we do storage? I think what we could do is we could kind of just have like each lab could just have a little storage room that is accessible both from in the lab and outside the lab. Yeah. Your fingers are sausages and you're currently on your phone. Yeah. That, I can't do Twitch on the phone. I cannot stand the way that you can't see certain things, the performance of it. Like, it just, oh my God. It's so frustrating. Thanks for the compassion, dude. No problem. I honestly, I can't help it. That's just who I am, right? I don't know. Hope you're not taking a lot of my energy. Nah. This is like, even if you were, that would be fine. That is like, I feel like that's a big part of why I'm like publicly streaming things, is like I have a I don't know. It's like I have a need to interact with people. And I feel like with Twitch streams, with Twitch communities, you get a lot of people who, it's like they need this form of interaction because of the way that it's controlled and metered. And so part of why I stream, I feel like, is to be able to interact with people who wouldn't get interaction otherwise. And it's like, I need interaction too. So it's like I feel like it's a two-way street. And also, you have been like super helpful with brainstorming, dude. And even if you hadn't, that's totally fine. I'm glad to, I don't know, like to offer you the little bit of support that I can, you know? It's just like being a human. M is the next letter. Okay, so M is just storage, and we're gonna need, oh no, M is too big. Okay, hold on. We'll just shrink it. Bro. You're in paint. You just whoop. Little baby M's. And now it's too small to move with the mouse. So maybe that was a bit of a mistake. Here, I've got an idea. We should shrink it, but then grab it with a bigger thing. And then, yep, there we go. You made it a bottleneck to limit to spreads. What? I may need to do what now? May need a bottleneck to limit the spread of stuff around. Oh, if anything happens in the lab. Ooh. Well, I would imagine that the rooms, the building itself would be built it would be designed with the expectation that there might be explosions or things like that. But yeah, that's an interesting point, like having these hallways near each other. So then, what could you do? Like, we could make the hallways bigger? Because that's an interesting, holy shit. This is all making me want to learn, like, how are labs designed? Which probably would have been a smart thing to look up before I started doing this. So yeah, that's kind of what I thought you were getting at, is like, if we had the storage between the labs, then that kind of solves that issue to an extent. But then we still have the problem that, like, this lab is right next to the cafeteria. So that's an interesting situation. Maybe, would we like isolate them with hall? So maybe the first step is isolate the lab sections with hallways around everything. So you're supposed to be transparent. I don't know what you're doing, Paint, but you're fucking losing it, buddy. So yeah, first let's isolate. Let's do this. Let's just do two. Let's isolate the labs from everything else. Maybe we'll do like a hallway here. And then, but then how do we use the space that we have to effectively have storage be in the middle? Because I feel like any way that I can conceptualize setting it up, the labs are still kind of would be near each other a little bit. Like if we tried to re-envision this like a big circle, not a big circle, but a large singular space. And then we were thinking like, like if we have storage in the middle and then we tried to have labs like around the sides or whatever, they're still always going to be near each other a little bit. Make the storage united box with a corridor around it. Yeah, that's kind of this weird drawing is that's kind of what I'm getting at. But I don't know. I think you still have the problem of a lab being just like a hallway away from just other stuff. And honestly, if you have a centralized storage location and there are like explosive things in it, you might just destroy everything rather than having a bunch of little rooms. At least if like this room catches on fire, it's got to melt through walls and then jump to the next one. So I honestly feel like this should be okay. And then like the idea is that like the things going on the first floor are not crazy. They're not crazy dangerous. And honestly, maybe we have like 2 basement floors, and one basement floor is like cryo, and then another basement floor is like very industrially, like military designed safe rooms for doing dangerous lab work. And that would be nice because the lower you are, wherever the water is stored, it would be the lower you go, the easier it is to get high pressure for like sprinklers or other kinds of things. And the other thing to think about would be like, maybe that means we get to keep these experiments, these more dangerous experiments, kind of like hidden away. So like the crazy secret shit and the like crazy dangerous shit goes on in the secured lab. And then the kind of dangerous stuff would go on the floor below. Maybe just have doors as functional valves. Yeah, I think like doors and walls essentially. The way that this is already designed, I think is like okay for things that aren't heinously dangerous. So maybe we label these labs as like a certain danger level, like danger 0 labs, and they're gonna be what, N. So the labs that like, you know, things that aren't crazy, things that you would want to show an investor, like, wow, look at the crazy, we're making new materials and cool shit like that. It's a little bit dangerous. You got to wear safety equipment maybe, but like maybe you're working with some dangerous acids, but nothing that's gonna like explode and light the whole place on fire. We keep those things the floor below in the more well-built area. Okay, so honestly, I think that's the ground floor. This is fucking sweet. This is way better than I thought it would end up looking. So then I think we need to go down to the lower floor. You think I should swap I and K or L and K? Oh my. J and K? Oh my god. Okay, why? Your finger sausages. It's okay. It's okay. Just proofread. So right now we have J being the exit, and I kind of like the way that you can like go straight through the building. But I guess if you put K here, you'd go straight to the lift. Now, the only thing I don't like about that is I like if the lift is right here, then it's good for people who come in through the back. It's also good for people who come in through here, in the employee entrance. It's like a nicely like right in between those things. I think it would make sense for to have this nice long hallway lead right to the lift. But honestly, I still feel like part of it is we kind of want the lift to be like a secret. Not a secret, but it's just not, it's super obvious because you only want approved personnel going up or down floors here. The ground floor, everybody gets to see. It's cool shit. It's the nice face of the company. But a floor above or a floor below, you know, we don't want you to even see that. If you come and visit, you're not even going to see that. If you go out the back entrance, you might see it. But you also might not. You might not notice that. Lift tunnel craves for square as well as stairs. Whoa. Are you saying that it would make sense for it to be square shaped? Yeah, I think maybe what we would end up doing is like we could do something like this, and then maybe have like a little bathroom here or something. Oh my god, I didn't think about bathrooms. Shit. Where do we shit? Uh-oh. Well, I mean, the shower locker room could easily have a bathroom. Okay, so maybe the lift area needs, and the exit, this needs to be like rethought of. I'll potentially consider that later, that maybe we need to have a bathroom zone here. God, and then probably one in the front too. Sorry, you got too focused. That's cool. It's all good. But yeah, I think we should move on to the, here, let's just, okay, no, let's zoom out. You did the right thing. Let's zoom out again, and let's just crank this down so now we have more space. Yeah, let's swap floors for sure. So, you know, looking back, I absolutely should have just, I should have made a copy of this before I drew things on it, but we can just like make it mostly the same. And then we'll move on down. Let's keep the lift. Yeah, for now, it'll stay where it is, for sure. But you know what? I am going to make a note. You're going to be letter O. Bathrooms? We'll find a place to put some bathrooms, and that might mean redesigning the lift section. Oh, you're talking about for the bottom floor. Yeah, for sure. I think that will be where we need to start with each floor, is essentially deciding what goes there and what does not, or what stays the same. That was a terrible way to say that. So yeah, we would absolutely want the lift to be in the same spot. Which honestly, just it's close enough. All right. Okay. Ugh, also, I just like smudged the K. This is not the efficient order to be doing this in. And it really doesn't matter. Nah, that's good enough. It's good enough. Just leave it alone. Bigger storage under small storage. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so we would also, I think what we want to do is kind of copy this same situation, minus the employee entrance, actually. So we don't need the employee entrance here. But we do still want, like the warehouse up top, I think should just lead to another warehouse down below. Ooh, labs should not be under labs because of safety. Now that's going to be hard to swing here because, you know, kind of all we've got are labs. And here's the difficult thing. Everything is kind of a safety problem because we want to have like cryo storage either on this floor or the floor below. And like if there are people being stored in like frozen sleep, like boy, you'd probably want to keep those areas safe. So I think we're going to be in kind of a situation where like nothing is optimal because we kind of can't achieve an optimal design here. Well, we can kind of do the best we can. So I think what we should do is like, we probably want to have like bigger hallways. We may need to use the same block structure. Yeah, I think they'll be similar. Like we should go through this list and think about all the things we need down low. But I think like the presentation area and the cafeteria, like those kinds of things we don't need, and the bottom can kind of be like lots of labs. All labs all the time. And I think we're just going to have to be okay with labs being next to labs, but then maybe we could have some kind of situation where like the flooring and the roofing in between the labs is like reinforced. It's like built with spacing in a way that's designed just in case there's like a fire down here. So yeah, let's call them danger level 1 labs for sure. That's something we need to have in here. And then I actually think this floor should be cryo storage, and the super dangerous labs should be like way below. They'll be in the floor below this. So yeah, I think we got to expand on what the basement is because it's going to be 2 things. So I think that honestly, the cryo storage is probably going to be kind of simplistic because it's just going to be like a large open area. And then let's start doing the list letter-wise over here for the lower floor. Oh my God. Cristo storage? Bro. Okay, so we're going to do cryo storage. And like, I guess it'll just be a series of rooms, but like relatively large, and they'll all kind of do the same thing. So you'd still need a storage area, and the idea is that the warehouse up here would be pretty big. So maybe we'll just borrow the same letter again. It's just another warehouse lift area. And I think also, I don't know why I deleted it, we can also have like a small little employee lounge.
Hello.
Hello, dear Glover. Did you get disconnected, my dude? Welcome back. And then let's see, do we want anything else down here? Would we have a security booth down here? I feel like the security upstairs would just come deal with it. Disconnected from reality? Oh, dude, me too. It's a difficult thing to manage. Sometimes it feels like being connected to reality means like slowly going crazy because of all the crazy stuff in the world you can't deal with. Ooh, panic rooms are interesting. I feel like that's something for the secured area. Like, absolutely. Like, the things that are going on in that place are so crazy. You might need a safe room to go into to like lock yourself away in. That is a good idea, but I don't think this stuff is going to be that crazy. Okay, so we need a hallway coming off of the elevator. And then I think like this whole place is just like just cryo rooms, just storage rooms. So I don't think the shape matters a whole lot. We probably want like a major hallway. If there's ever any problem with any specific room, you want to be able to get from storage to that room quickly. So maybe we let's see, where would you want the opening to be? No, I guess there would be fine. Actually, maybe even be like a big wide thing. We're gonna have a hallway down the middle for sure. Oh my god, budget cryo and like extra like high quality cryo. Oh my god. Yeah, we could have like a VIP section. That's like if you pay extra, you have like quadruple backups of power and stuff. Okay, so then hold on. We'll have like an extra yes. We'll call it backup power. Yeah, it's fine. It can be the whole oh my god, bro. Just commit to a choice. Okay, so we'll have this weird little room in the corner be like the backup power room. And then oh my god, P would be the perfect letter for the power room, but it's fine. It's just happens how it happens. Okay, hold on. We gotta make these hallways work right. So you're not in a good spot anymore, Wall. Yep, goodbye. Okay, I keep clicking. I don't mean to click. Oh my god. I swear I use paint all the time to do dumb shit like this, and I should be better at it. Okay, so we're just gonna have like a grid kind of system. We have made some oddly sized rooms now. This guy in the bottom right is way too big. And, you know, maybe it's like they need access to certain parts of the room. So then maybe we want a hallway over to here too. Be very liminal, a large open area. Yeah, I kind of want to avoid that. Although that would be kind of cool to, like, I like the idea of the player exploring and at first not knowing, like, not understanding the sheer scale of things. And then it would be cool to come into a cryo area that is just like enormous. Like the ceiling is like 20 feet up and the bottom is like 20 feet down and it's just filled with cryopods everywhere. Maybe it's a natural cave nearby. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. So then for that reason, would we maybe want the cryo to be the second basement floor? And then like that would give the ability, I would have much more control, like from a camera directing standpoint, to really give you like a sheer feeling of scale as you like descend down into this cave that is just full of cryopods. That's a cool idea. Okay, so then actually, yeah, let's do that. That's fucking cool. That sounds visually like a fun thing to do. So we'll have like small cryo storage in here. And then we'll have just this like enormous thing that opens into a cave. Ooh, we'll leave a dotted outline for the oval. All right. Okay. Well, you know what? No, hold on. Let's not do it like that. I'll need it. I don't know if I'll need it, but it's a good idea to have it. Better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. All right, let's zoom in. Let's zoom in to get a nice. This is not going to be pretty. We'll do our best here. We're going to just start cutting it into sections until it looks okay. Okay, I think we'll cut each of these in half again. And then I think we're pretty good. It's not perfect, but what is? All right, something like that. Okay. So then we should probably label that as some other kind of storage. Like extended cryo. Just so we know that it's like, it's not just regular, it's like inside of a cave. Yeah. Okay, cool. That'll be fucking cool. Okay, so then this is going to be a different level than we had originally intended. This is going to be basement 2. Actually, it's back to being the level that was originally intended. Actually, let's just write our own thing. So this is going to be, or B2. All right. So we got our ground floor. We got B2. Let's move you over here and out of the way. And then let's start working on... oh shit. Okay, wait, actually, it might be time to fucking be done today. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, unfortunately, this is the end of our time today. I think we'll come back and keep working on this. I think during the week, I'm gonna do some work on getting collision working, and then I'm gonna do some boring stuff like bringing in tile sets, and then figuring out, because there are all sorts of I found this Steam community page. I found a Steam community page, and that page is like tile sets for Pokemon Gen 4 and 5, and there are so many. It is enormous. It's huge. You can see the scroll The scroll guy over here, it's insane. And a lot of them are like duplicates. Not duplicates, it's like different people have drawn trees that would fit in the Pokemon world. Oh, this guy drew an actual sprite. I was gonna say it's all environmental. I didn't see any sprites of characters when I went through this. But I think I'm gonna look through here, import what I think are the best of these to start making the actual environments. And then I'm gonna screw around with the environment and with like actually putting it into Godot. Look if the license allows for non-RPG Maker use. So that's a good point. I think my plan is, though, like, I'm not going to release any of this to anybody like publicly until I can replace everything with my own art. So my plan from the get-go is that, like, none of these things that I use, even if we use some of these things, I don't plan to have any of them in the final product. Because I would really like to have more control over, like, the color palette. Whoa, is that a giant tree? Bro, that's cool. I don't know what Pokemon game that's from, or if somebody made up their own thing. Maybe it's from Black and White. We're in that tile set area. So yeah, I think at the very most, we might walk this weird middle ground where I have like a Patreon where people can like support me working on this game. But tree looks like a big green booty. The top of it is a little butt-like. So my plan is, like, maybe at the most I would have a Patreon that's like you get access to like the prototype builds that I'm making. And the idea would be any of the money I make will go to finding an artist who can essentially replace all of these assets with better ones. And if we can't find an artist, then oh boy, we're just gonna draw that shit ourselves, and it's gonna take a long time. But you know, I don't know. It'll probably be worth it. I want to get good at pixel art. I have fun doing pixel art, but it takes so long. It takes so. I mean, Dirk Glover, you fucking know. You're just reminding for sure, yeah. And thank you for letting me know. I think like that's something I'm very aware of and very cautious about because one, I don't want to be taking work from people and using them to like make money, and then like they don't want me to. So I will definitely. I think I'll just check, and I'll try to use. I'll try to use tile sets that people are like, just give me credit, because a few of those I've seen. The tile set that I'm using right now that I imported, somebody just drew a bunch of assets that look like Generation 4, and they were like, just give me credit. But anyway, if we have to, we'll do our own fucking art. And what I was saying is that you do pixel art, so you know how hilariously long it can take when you're new at it, if you can remember the time when you were not good at it. I'm still super fucking new, and I will sit. The emotes that I've made, I've sat for like 30 minutes trying to get like a line to look right, and like changing the colors a tiny bit, or like tweaking the way a line moves, how much of it is drawn and how much of it isn't, to finally get the right result. So like, oh my god, it's gonna take forever to draw a whole game, but whatever, it'll be fun. And so anyway, we'll jump right back into this. We'll keep designing the lab and the surrounding environs next week. And yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna do some Temetsi, we're gonna do some puzzling. Yeah. So you know, thanks for hanging out, dudes. See you on the other side.